taxidermy salt for your pickles, for your tanning formulas, for taxidermy work. Always try to get the 97% pure or purer, 99% pure, because try to get as close as you can. It's white distilled salt. It's not the gray or green type salt that you use to go ahead and throw around on the ground to melt things or to feed cattle or something like this. This type of salt is pure enough and it's good enough that you can also feed cattle, you can feed animals this type of salt. It's mixed in with their feed. Anyway, so that's where a lot of people make a mistake. They use the wrong type of salt. Now, there's a few different, not a lot, there's a few different manufacturers of salt. Cargill, Morton, American Stockman. These are just names of the product. So, but you get the white distilled salt from whatever manufacturer that will sell it to you at the most reasonable price. Usually comes in 50-pound bags. Now this is the salt that you want right here. Nice white grain salt. It's usually fine ground. This here is not too bad. This is about what you want to put on animal skins and to mix in your acid pickles, put in your tanning formulas. This is the good stuff. This is what you want. You don't want to deviate from this type of salt. Very important. From here, I'll usually transfer these here to 5-gallon or 6-gallon buckets, the tall ones, and store it in there, store it inside. It's a lot better that way, it's a lot easier. Or if you just don't have the room, you can just go ahead and stack up pallets of it someplace. About the only thing you might find in some salt is an anti-caking agent. It keeps it from sticking together. But this here is relatively pure salt. Some good stuff from American Stockman. Now, conversely, some salt I got from Big R. See how green this is? For melting, it's for animal feeds, what it's for. You do not want this salt. You do not want this salt. This is not the salt for taxidermy purposes. Again, I want to be very specific about this. This is the type of salt you want for taxidermy purposes. When you mix your acid pickle and your tanning formulas, you want to make sure that this will be dissolved into the solution. So you always make sure you dissolve your salt first, but we'll talk about that later in the tanning video. White distilled salt, 97% plus pure. When you look at the back of the bag, 99.0% or 99.9%. That's the salt, minimum. The max, 99.9. That's close enough.